For those of you wanting to see another VCR video, I have another one here. This one's got a strange problem. It's kind of like a double picture. Never seen this fault before. This one could be interesting. And before you think that I fix this up quite quickly, I actually spent a couple of hours on it. There's a lot of staring at this thing when the camera wasn't running. I was actually kind of getting frustrated in it for a while there. I got a VCR today. Look at the picture. That's a weird one. Double image. Okay. This one's going to be an interesting repair. And I hope you guys want to stick around and see if we can figure out what's causing this. Now, there's a very good possibility that this machine is not going to be repairable. But look at the image. There's a double image. There's a double image ghosting. That's one I've never seen before. This could be a real interesting problem. This one's a Magnavox. It's made by JVC. I can tell you that much. So there's the unit top off. Wet finger. Just kind of. So it's interesting. The looks like the servo's not locking in properly either, or it's very slow to lock in. I don't even know where to begin on this. This one uses the video board is over on the side here. This one's the video board. So I guess first things first. Turn on my analog scope, and we'll start looking at signals on the video board. We'll remove the circuit board so I can get at it. These units were kind of neat because you could take the board out. There was lots of wire on them, and you could flip the board up and set it down. There's little holes in the back here, little pegs that the chassis would fit on. You see, there was little pegs there. These holes will fit over, so that it'll hold the board upright. And even had a little cutaway here. So once you set the board down, it would stay in place. So you could actually work on it without the board falling down. Some of the other designs, you flip open the board, but the board would slam shut under its own weight. So at least in this respect, it's a little easier to work on. And they've given us plenty of wire here on the power supply and interconnect leads. Again, designed in an era when these things were serviced. Okay, I'm going to start by looking at the video coming off the, I think this is the main video processor, the chrome and aluminum processor here. I'm looking on the scope here to see. It looks like RF from the heads going in from the preamp. I'm looking for video. Okay, that looks like RF from the heads, doesn't it? Sort of. You just slow the head down slightly and see if it changes. Get my finger in here. Yeah, that's RF. Okay, so that's the RF in. This is the big custom LSI that JVC used. It's their own chip. No, it would not be available, but that's not going to be the problem. Chroma. Looks like chroma there. So I'm just going to start testing around this board. I'll look at the delay line. Is there signal there? Yeah, it's a chroma there. The symptom that it almost looks like I was going to say dropout compensator, but I don't think so, because they typically affect. This is like a horizontal delay. The chroma there. RF there. Oh, the tape's ended. We just get another tape that's a little bit longer. Since this is the video board over here, I'm trying to localize just by touching the board to see if it will change the picture. Like I did with that last one, with the wet finger trick. In this case, I'm just touching the board, looking for any changes. This is actually a good troubleshooting technique because it can get you into the ballpark. Now, somewhere in the circuit in here is localizing it, because see, when I put my finger, I'm just touching the board, and I'm not doing a wet finger this time, it's a dry finger. I'm just watching the screen. Oh, no way. I think this part might be shot. I'll show you the screen. When I flex this part here, it clears up. See, watch. See that? I'll show you what I'm doing. So what I'm flexing is I'm flexing this part here. I'm just doing that. I'm just pushing on it. And it's clearing up. I do that. Oh, I think this part might be shot. Unfortunately, I don't know what the hell it is either. What is it? It's going to be a part that's not available for sure. For sure. It's definitely going to be a part that's not available. This is the part here. It's a PEL N0690 made by TDK. That's the part. When I flex this thing, see, now it's clear. Now the picture's clear. See what I mean? Picture's clear now. Just touch it again. There, see? It's gone bad again. It's like it's a bad connection. It could be right where the pin is going into the bottom. of the actual part itself. I hate these devices. I really hate these composite devices. I'll just try resoldering it. What the hell? Stop it here. I'm just going to try resoldering that part. And pins don't look bad. It's not like I see any movement or anything. But let's just try resoldering. Let me fire up my soldering iron here. Give it a minute to warm up. I'll be sure luck if this fixes this. Okay, let's try it again. I don't believe it. It seems to have fixed it. For how long, I don't know. Just try bending that IC again and see whether it's going to cut out still. It's not doing it. Could have been just that. I guess it could have been a connection. It didn't look that like it was bad, but I'm flexing the IC now. Either that or when I got heat on the pin, it's that's what I'm afraid of, is that when I got heat on that pin, one of the pins, that it was passing the signal through, or passing the heat through and fixing the problem inside. Let me just look at the signal on the scope here. I'll show you guys the scope. Okay, so this is, what pin is this one? Pin number 1, I guess it is. It's funny because it's marked like pins. What the heck are they? There's only 3 pins, it looks like, on this thing. So there's one there. That's video. This is the other one. Ground. What is this? That's RF, looks like. Is this the D-mod chip? It's odd. It's only got 3 pins on it. So what the hell are they doing in here? Like, this thing's only got 3 pins. See, we got RF going in, because that certainly looks like the RF signal is coming off the heads, and there it is. The next pin appears to be ground. Doesn't seem to be much on there. I don't exactly know what goes on in there, whether that's an active component or a passive. I'm thinking it's got to be a passive component, a filter of some type. You can see all these, are these coils? These must be chokes of some type. But whatever this thing is, it's not receiving power. It's got 3 pins on it. And when I was flexing this thing like this, I was just squeezing it between my fingers and putting pressure on it. And the picture was kicking in and out. And the picture now is perfect. Interesting. Very interesting. I've never seen this fault happen before on a VCR. I was ready to write this thing off as a non-fixable hi-fi machine that was ready to go to the recycling company. But it now appears that it's working again. So I guess I can write this one off as a successful repair. Not that this thing's worth anything. VCR like this is worth about $10, if that. This was one that was being tossed out. It was given to me, so it's mine. The same guy that dropped off that TIAC cassette deck that I pulled the motor out of to fix the techniques gave me this thing at the same time. So it's not like it's a customer's machine. It was just, I thought this might be a fun one to see if I could figure out why the picture was so bad, and it looks like it was just this little filter. It looks like also that this little filter was glued. There's some glue on the side here that looks like it may have been at some point. If we can get the light in here so you can see it. It looks like it may have been glued down to a capacitor here at some point. See the glue on the side, the circuit glue? It looks like it may have been glued like that. Probably to keep this thing from moving. And it wasn't glued when I got it here. So that may be why it went bad. It's just from vibration. It cracked either the solder on the board side here or internally. And when I put heat on it to solder the pin back on, it's reconnected it internally. That's what I think probably was where the problem is, and that this part probably is still faulty. But again, I'm not going to be using this thing. It's just it was more of a what's wrong with this thing type of exploration to see what went wrong with it. I've never seen that fault before on a machine like this, so keep that one in mind if you've got a distorted picture with like a ghosting image, a double image on the horizontal, not a vertical, like not below. If it was an image that was showing up below, then you'd be looking dropout compensator. But anyway, that was that. And I guess I can throw this machine back together and put it up on Craigslist or something and try and get 20 bucks for it. Anyway, that's all there is to this one. To clean the heads on it and throw it back together and send this one on its way. Back over to the shelf until I find somebody that wants to take it off my hands. Shouldn't have any trouble though. I've unloaded a couple VCRs over the past couple months. I've gotten rid of a few of them, but there's no money in VCRs. But people are starting to, believe it or not, haul out their old tape collections again and look for a cheap VCR to play them on. So hang on to your old VHS machines, because there's not a lot of them around now, and to some people, I guess they're worth some money. Not to me though. That's why this one's going up for sale. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.